All right, TikTok Live Monday night. Monday night, TikTok Live, 8 p.m. New York time. Just sitting here for a minute, wasting some time, giving some people an opportunity to participate in live. If you are scrolling around the live menu of TikTok right now, don't just scroll around. Stop right here. Stop right here and come on into the chat room. I'm definitely talking to you. Most certainly am. Seriously, right now, if you are hearing this, if you are hearing this message, scrolling through your feed, if you're stumbling across this on your FYP feed, if you are just happen to be seeing this video, then it definitely means it is something for you to partake in and stop on in. So, one more time. If you are on TikTok right now and this video is popping up on your feed, then this means it is time for you to stop and listen and join in. So why don't you jump on in the chat room here? I would truly love to talk to many of you and see what's going on in your lives, see how you're doing, see what is happening with you. Nobody out there tonight? Is TikTok honestly that quiet? There are no people. This video is not popping up on anybody's feed right now. Nobody sees this. Well, that would be really a shame, because if you are seeing this video, then that means that there are messages for you. Hey, Adam Lem, what's up, brother? Okay, so what I was just saying, if this video is popping up on your feed, then it definitely means it's something for you to see and hear. And if you are just watching this along your feed and not jumping in, I would really encourage you to jump on into the chat room. And if there's anything you'd like to share or talk about, it would be a great thing to do. Because what I want to talk about is living from that higher awareness. You know, most of us, every single one of us are trying to evolve to a certain place, and to just put a very simple label on it, that place we're trying to rise and evolve to would be our higher awareness. Living and reacting from the higher awareness and not letting the lower vibrational states upset us. Hey, Sandy, how are you? So again, if this video is popping up on your feed right now, if you're just scrolling around TikTok and all of a sudden you see and hear me talking, I truly encourage you to stop scrolling right now. Jump on in the chat room. If there's anything going on in your life, anything has gone on in your life, or anything you're wondering about and you are comfortable with sharing it, I would be honored to read it and listen to what you have to say by way of reading it. And if I can lend some insight and guidance, I most certainly will. But as I keep saying, my friends, we're all trying to get someplace. We're all trying to live and react from our higher awareness and think from our higher awareness. And the only way to do that is to truly have faith in yourself, to truly believe and understand that voice inside, that inner knowing, that intuitive knowing, that inner guidance is actually right. You've been second guessing it and casting self-doubt on it most of your life. And honestly, it is really time to surrender to it. Because the minute you do, the minute you stop listening to everybody else out there, the minute you stop bending to everybody else's will and perspective and really start listening to yourself, breaking the habits, breaking these habitual habits you have created and have had your entire life. It's not easy, my friends. None of this stuff is easy. And that's that pain. That's that depression. That's that looming sadness you have in your life. And it's that you are not breaking free from those things. So I truly encourage you, I encourage all of you to truly spend as much time as you can going within, meditating, spending a lot of time in silence and stillness, not listening to so much TV, not scrolling through social media endlessly, because that's just playing Russian roulette with your emotions. You really have to take control of your life. So if you really want to live by your higher awareness, if you really truly finally want to evolve to that place that you know exists because you feel it inside, then you have to surrender within. You've got to start listening to that and stop listening to the exterior world. So one more time, well, this is probably the fifth time I've said this. If you are online right now at TikTok, it's 8 o'clock, just after 8 o'clock Monday night. That's New York, East Coast, United States. I can never say that sentence without stumbling over it. If you are online right now and there's anything going on in your life right now that you'd like to talk about, anything that you'd like to share, any of your friends, anyone you know right now who is going through something spiritual, going through something in life, going through trauma, going through pain, can't let go of pain, is trying to understand forgiveness, anything, anybody in your life, your mom, your dad, your friend, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, if there's somebody in your life right now that is going through something, then contact them right now, tell them to jump on TikTok, go on here right now. Because I promise, if you give me the opportunity to hear what's going on in your life, I promise I'm going to give you the answers that you are looking for. I promise you. So if you are comfortable sharing, if you are comfortable expressing what's going on with your life, if you have something you want to share, I would be honored to hear it. But it really has to be you. You have to be able to step out of the fear, step out of the anxiety, and share what you feel and believe it is inhibiting you. And if you're seeing this video right now, then don't sit silent, because you're seeing this for a reason. I know, and there's 4 people in the chat room right now, and don't jump out and run away. I know that. So if you are watching this right now, if this showed up on your feed, then there is a reason. There's something going on in your life that you need to express, understand, let go of, embrace. You're trying to find your way within. Just type it. Give me the sentence, see what it is, and I promise you, you will get the answer you are looking for, my friends. I absolutely promise you. Nothing. Nothing. Oh man. Well, look, I kind of feel bad. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on tonight. I'm not sure why nobody wants to talk. It's coming. What's coming? Tell me what's coming. What's coming? I want to know. One sec, you got it. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. But like I said, if this is on your feed right now, if you're seeing me on your feed right now, there's a reason. Don't scroll past this. Let's connect. Open up, share what it is that's going on inside of you, share what you're thinking about, share what's keeping you afraid, what are you afraid of, who hurt you, what hurt you, why are you really just living the way you're living and not evolving on. So let's see, I'm going through an awakening for sure. One thing I'm struggling with is my partner. She's really not down with the spiritual journey. Hey, look, listen, that's good, excellent, there we go. So another question. Okay, so look, she's really not down with the spiritual journey. Well, are you trying to force your spiritual journey on her? Are you trying to pull her into your spiritual journey? Or are you doing your spiritual stuff on your own and she just doesn't like what you're doing? She's open to me on my path. What does that mean? She's open to me on my path. No, so you're not forcing it. She's just not. Okay, that's okay. Okay. And are you expecting her to? Are you expecting her to be growing right now because you are? While you're thinking about that and typing, I'm going to give you the answer. Yeah, exactly. You can't do that. Listen, expectations, first of all, hold on, we'll get there. Expectations are dangerous. You can't take your imaginary outcome of how you think should be and project that energy onto somebody else and hold them hostage to that outcome. That's the most dangerous thing you can do in your life. And as you just said, it's tough. Look, I'm married. I have children. My children are not on my spiritual level and spiritual path. My wife is not on my spiritual level and spiritual path. She is very stuck in the societal world, work, education, all of those things, right? So, we have to allow every single person in our life to have the freedom to grow. The only thing you can do, the only thing that you can do is be that example. You can only make the changes for yourself, start modifying your life the way you want to live. And she could see this, and she will see the changes you're making, and it may inspire her. It may inspire her to feel motivated and take part, and she may start to naturally ask questions. But you can't force, you can't expect. Don't even really bring up the topics of conversation. Oh, today I was doing this mantra, this affirmation, I was learning about chakras. If this is something she doesn't care about, then you've got to find that way to balance your relationship. I mean, have a conversation with her honestly. You sit down and you say, listen, hon, listen, something's happening to me. I'm feeling and sensing things that transcend my consciousness, my human mind, and I'm going through some changes. I love you, and I'm just asking you to be patient with me and allow me the freedom to do this. And if you have any questions or want to know anything or anything that I'm thinking, please ask. And the same thing, if there's anything I can ever help you with or something, please know I'm here. But I love you, and I just want you to know that I ask you to be patient with me. You know, we have to be fair to the people that we say we love and we want to be with. I mean, just because I have experienced things from silver spheres to the stars bursting above, no lie, to communication and connection from beyond. And I explain these and I talk to these amongst my friends and my family, and they know me and they believe me. And it's not anything about that, but I can't expect them to want to take part of that. See, that I'm glad it's helpful, man, because that's all you need to do. Look, man, you're on an awakening. You woke up. You realize that something's not right in our society. So now what you're doing is, instead of listening to this exterior world, you're now letting your own intuitive guidance, your higher awareness, your celestial connection, whatever you want to call it, be what you're starting to live by. She hasn't made that connection yet. So just be there for her. Just be patient. And hopefully at some point she will, like, all of a sudden, boop, click in and tune into her high awareness, because it's amazing. It's amazing when you can be in a relationship and both be sharing in that spiritual journey. It's a very powerful thing. But really, thank you. I appreciate that question. I saw somebody else type something, I think. How are you able to find your true soul purpose? Okay, fair question. How are you able to find your soul's true purpose? Well, I would say the first thing I would say is, if we closed our eyes right now, if we just sat here for a minute and closed our eyes, let ourselves just acclimate to the room just for a few seconds. It doesn't take long, my friends. Watch. Close your eyes. Doesn't matter what's going on around you, who's doing what. We've just entered into the safe space, right? We've disconnected the camera. Here we are inside. When we sit inside, you can reflect on your entire life within a few minutes. You can see everything and just go backwards from today to yesterday, all of the horrors and fears in your life, all the people you need to forgive, all the pain you've caused to others. We can see all of this. But if we go way past that, we can enter back into that nice little beautiful stillness when you were once a child. If you can focus on one memory right now, one specific true moment as a child, right now you can feel yourself inside that body. You can actually, in the mind's eye, realize and understand that it is this awareness, this consciousness that is still and was always seeing through that child. We just have all of this noise and information on top of us. All of this false purpose, everybody else's expectations and perspective, constantly bending to the will of others, exhausting ourselves with education and work, needs and wants, constantly chasing that dollar bill in front of us, feeding into our temptations. But beyond that, that little person you were when you were born into the world, did they want anything? Did they need anything? They just wanted to be here and experience love and gratitude and explore freedom. We wanted to be free. We wanted to explore and see and taste and touch and travel and just connect and laugh and have fun. And that's what our purpose is. You have to understand, if we came from someplace else into this reality, then that means we have created this reality to learn something, to advance, to entertain ourselves, to take ourselves from the nothingness into the light. We have created this for the purpose of experience. And we know now Now, as we sit here listening to me right now, with all the noise and information we have had piled on top of us, all the emotions and thoughts that still run rampant in our mind, we know, we truly know, regardless whether you are Republican or Democrat, whether you are black or white, gay or straight, or no label, or you consider yourself every label, it does not matter. Because we all know right now inside that if we can separate ourselves from that false identity, the politics, the religion, the exterior needs and wants, we fall into this place of just gratitude, excitement, understanding that life is a miracle and here we are. And if we embrace this truth, if we let go of that fear and anxiety and jealousy and bitterness and harsh judgment, if we can put all that aside, then we are only left with gratitude, kindness and compassion, love and sympathy. And that, my friends, is our purpose. To travel through the darkness and find our light. Embrace our light and become it and shine. Let your light shine around you to illuminate the darkness for those around you so they can find their way home inside. And that's our purpose, my friends. Take care of this world, take care of each other, and take care of yourself. And just be grateful. Open your eyes. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's not a difficult thing to understand. You just have to find that way to go way, way beyond the noise and the information. Find that stillness, go beyond the nothingness, and you'll be home. Well, then you need to say no politely. You don't have to say no forcefully. You don't have to be mean about it. I let people take advantage of my kindness because I can't say no. However, I get worked up about it. Then you have to start standing your ground. You have to openly and honestly say, listen, I love doing things for you. I love helping you. I love being here for you. But sometimes it's exhausting for me to constantly be there for people. So if sometimes I ask for space or I'm slow with getting back to you, please understand I'm just trying to take care of myself. And if you love me and respect me and understand me, then you should allow me that space and freedom just as I am there for you. I mean, it's not hard. If we can, oh, thank you. You can't be a beacon unless your light don't shine. That's right. Um, look, it's here's what the deal. We've made another cycle around the sun. I mean, and what are we going to do? What are we going to do once again that believe everything's going to be okay this year? That magically and mysteriously things are just going to all of a sudden be better and change? It's not going to happen like that. The only way your life will get better is by you starting to live the life that you feel inside you deserve to live. And I'm not talking about one that is beyond your means of living, beyond your financial means. Live reasonably. Don't excess. We constantly keep taking more and more into our lives. And as I just mentioned, we've been talking now for 20 minutes. It's really time for us to start understanding that everything you've been feeling and denying and second guessing and avoiding inside, that means you have been succumbing and living to the exterior world, everyone else's will and perspective, their expectations, and you have been denying yourself your own light. And we know we're going into 2022 right now. It's not going to be Democrats, Republicans. It's not going to be governments. It's not going to be churches. It's not going to be anybody floating down from the sky. It's not going to be an alien invasion. It's not going to be a pandemic. None of those things are going to stop and unite us until we stop and unite ourselves by embracing kindness and compassion and everything I just said when we just went within for a few minutes. The truth is here. I don't come on TikTok to dance in a bikini. I don't come on TikTok to ask you for money, and I don't come on TikTok for you to like my page. I come on TikTok to speak the truth that I feel inside from what I've experienced, what I receive, and what I know. And to be completely honest, I stand strong enough in my life that I don't care whether anyone believes me or doesn't believe me. That doesn't make a difference to me. I know I'm here to speak. I've known since I'm a child that I've just wanted to talk to every single person I possibly can and let them know, don't be afraid. you can let go of these exterior needs and wants, because once you do and you break free from all of these exterior habits and you fall inside, you are going to find that everything inside of you is absolutely beautiful and full of love, and you won't give a shit about what's going on in the exterior world. I don't mean you won't care. I don't mean you won't care about the children and starvation and the planet. That's not what I mean. What I mean is you won't care about how anybody else is perceiving you and expecting you to live and be, because you will have broken free from that and you will be walking your path of enlightenment, my friend. And that's the truth. And every single day, that's all I do. I just come onto TikTok to help you get there. And I do this Monday and Thursday, 8 o'clock. I come on here and I open it up. If there's something you want to talk about, something you want to share. I mean, I've been abused as a child. I've had amazing success in my life financially. I have lost everything. I have experienced silver spheres flying through the sky, entering into a pink and blue distortion field and exiting. 3 in 1996 in an S formation, or 1 in 2014. September 16th, 2016, 8:06 p.m., I walked my dog Walter outside, was looking up at the stars when one dim star burst out above me. I freaked out, looked around, thought I was going to be abducted by aliens, looked up again, and the star right next to it burst out above me. So I have experienced things that transcend human comprehension. I don't mean that egotistically. I sat down in my cottage for 30 days and I asked 55 questions out there, the most common asked questions we ask, and I sat in here and channeled it and wrote this book. And you don't even have to buy this. I don't even want you to buy this. You can go online and buy it, but you don't have to. You can literally click the link on my TikTok profile and it takes you to Linktree, and you'll either see my website, One Within One, or you'll see it says the Book of New Light. If you click on that, you'll find a link. The first one is where you could buy the book, and if you scroll to the bottom of that page, I've uploaded the book on Google Drive, and it's just a PDF. And I'm just scanning through the book, and I just looked at one of the questions: how did life evolve on Earth? And I was about to start reading the answer, but I don't want to do that because you really would have to read it all for yourself. Yeah, let me tell you something. I mean this in all sincerity. If you like to read, and if you are looking for answers, finally looking for answers in your life, this book right here, this book right here, made for everybody to read. Everyone can read this. You can read this absolutely free right now. I said that. You can go to my site, you can go to the Linktree, you can go to the Google Drive link. It will literally open the book right up there. And just think of this: your community, your spiritual community, your friends, your family members that you want to express truth to. Once you're done reading this, you can send this to every single person you want. And that's like throwing a pebble in the pond and watching the ripples go out. And I don't want anything from this. I don't want your money. Because to be completely honest, I didn't write this book. I asked the questions. I only translated the frequencies and vibrations I received. Is there a lot of life in the universe? Is there intelligent life like ours elsewhere? I'm just going to read some of the questions that I come by. This is absolutely, it's funny because I read this book every so often myself, and I constantly, how can we make our current world a better place to experience? Will racism ever end? What is a soul? What is a universe? How a universe is created? Are we supposed to eat animals? What should humans do? It is time for the darkness to end. I mean, I can't even tell you, this is one of the best books I've ever read. And it cracks me up all the time when I think about the fact that I penned it. Because, what I did is I came into my cottage, I sat down and I wrote out about 55 questions. And I put them in order that I just looked at the questions. I laid them all out and I kind of picked them up in how I felt they should be. It was just spontaneous. And then I sat here and one by one, I just asked the questions. And here we are. And it's called The Book of New Light, Book 1. awareness and truth. And I promise, if you read this book, you will absolutely see and feel things differently. You will. Oh, hold on. How hard was it to come up with the questions? Excuse me. It wasn't that hard, honestly, because, like I said, it's been questions we've been asking most of our lives. So, right off the bat, I mean, when you say, if somebody said, hey, if you can talk to God, if you could talk to God, what would be 3 questions you can ask? What would be 5 things you can ask? You would right off the bat say, is there really an afterlife? Are there really aliens? Was Jesus real? You would just come up with a whole bunch of questions right off the bat based on your life and your experience. And that's what I did. And I knew over time, just from doing this, from connecting and communicating people and asking them what would be questions that they ask all the time, I had some in my mind. But I ask everything in there. What is deja vu? What are dreams? I really try to cover as much as everything as we can, so when the reader is done with the book, they have a really good opinion and perspective, another opinion and perspective on how things could and should be. And it's really a beautiful book. It really is. It does have some personal things in it, because as I was writing the book, I would ask something, like, why me? Or what about this when this happened to me? So there are some personal things in the book. I've often thought about re-editing it and taking those things out, but I just, I kept them in there. So I did. So anyway, listen, everybody, it's about 8:30, almost 8:30, and it's a quiet night here on TikTok. It looks like a really quiet night, which is okay. And as I've said, if you are watching this in the chat room, if you're not in the chat room and you're just scrolling by and you see this, then, I believe things happen for a reason, and you should really jump in to the chat room and share something or listen. But that's okay. You are more than welcome to just scroll on by. It's absolutely fine. Whatever you feel you need to do in your life is what you need to feel you should do. And don't deny those moments. Don't deny them. I'd be afraid my mind would go blank if I were in that position. No, you really wouldn't, because even right now, if you just kind of sat quietly and just thought about it, and really, there's always a question we have inside. Like right now, as soon as I closed my eyes and thought about that, my first question was, are we going to be okay? That would be the question I would ask now. It's not in that book, because the book, that's actually interesting. You should definitely read this, because I wrote this about 5 years ago, and it talks about how we are really destroying things and not doing things right. And that divine source, it comes back with, how much longer do you think I'm going to let you destroy our creation? So you should definitely read that. But even right now, as soon as you said that, my question for today going forward would be, are we going to be okay? And I don't mean to be pessimistic, because I'm absolutely an optimist, and I truly hope and pray all the time. But as soon as I ask that question, are we going to be okay? I get a very big no. That's what I see first. I see a big, big no that's very prominent. I try to force myself to see and feel yes, to test myself. Are we going to be okay? I'm looking at the word yes, and I can see no feeding through. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be okay and you're not going to be okay. It just means that, this next year, 2022, we are still on that merry-go-round system politically. We've still got the spiritual division we've always had, even worse. We've still got the racial tension going on. We've got political tension, especially in the United States. That is just something I have never experienced in my life. We've got all of these things going on, the pandemic. I just posted some pictures of my local Stop and Shop grocery store. The entire produce section is almost completely empty. I tried to order fruits and berries and stuff from Whole Foods. There was nothing in stock. So we know the planet is suffering in many ways. We know people are still being trafficked. Women and children are still being abused. So no, we're not going to be okay. Is my life personally going to be okay? Yes. Yes, my life will be good. I'm blessed abundantly. My family is good. We are healthy. Thank God. But you know, the world is suffering. There are, and it just kills me. You know, we fight over the stupidest things. We battle over these political agendas, and we know our countries are spending trillions of dollars on weapons to protect and defend each other and to invade and kick each other's asses. And we've got starving children. We can end starvation. We can end homelessness. We can end so many things if we would just stop putting all of our faith into the organized religions and the governments of the world and started putting more faith within ourselves individually. 2022 goals to be happier than a three-pecked billy goat, folks. That's great, man. And that's what I said. So you can only be, look, Gandhi, Buddha, and Jesus all said it within a different way. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. Think of that sentence. Think how simple that sentence is, but how impactful and how true that is. Be the change you want to see in the world. What's up, Craig? My brother Craig isn't here. So we had Buddha, who said the way to freedom is non-attachment, letting go of possessions, breaking free from need and want of materialistic objects. By doing that, you are living a more simpler life. You are living within. Jesus said, you know, I am the way to the light, the life. I am the way to the Father. No man can bring you to God, and no man brings God to me. I am the way. Meaning, you know, that you are the way to the divine source, not the exterior world, not the teachings and the preachings of the exterior man, only by going within, not Jesus specifically. You don't have to go into Jesus. You have to go into yourself, and you will find that divine light and that connection. So we have had all of these lessons in the past, and here we are in 2022. We've come out of 2020. This insane, I mean, the entire political spectrum that we saw in the United States in 2020 was that of a circus. It was just completely and is still a clown fest. And on both sides, I'm not picking one side. Just this entire belief and fighting for and honoring these traditions are completely insane, because look who designed them. The worst human beings who ever walked on the face of the earth. The filthiest, dirtiest men who are alive, lead poisoned, slave trading, rapists. And we honor these ways and traditions. We are working class citizens, no different than kings and queens and the peasants. The only thing that we have differently is we have bigger distractions, bigger TVs, better cars, better phones, and a hell of a lot more things to watch on TV and listen to the radio, because they had nothing back then. So we are completely distracted on purpose. And distracted from what? Distracted from what? Going in here. Healing, letting go, forgiving, embracing, finding gratitude and kindness, and being the change you want to see in the world. Because once you do that, you'll be right here with me, projecting that energy out there, and wherever you are, we will be little beacons of light, lighting up the darkness around us for everybody else to find their way home. And with that being said, my friends, you have an absolute beautiful evening. I hope to see you all very soon. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for the questions. Craig EMT 8845. I've known that guy right there for 50 years. I'm going to be 54 next month, so I've actually known him for about 52 years. That's a long time. Known him longer than anybody else on this planet. That there's my brother. Not my biological brother, but he's my brother. Anyway, Ryan Steele, thanks so much. Everybody else, have a great evening. I'll see you all Thursday night, 8 p.m. New York time, right here on TikTok. And again, invite your friends and family. And before you go, jump on the Linktree link on my profile. Click on the Book of New Light. Love you too, brother. Click on the Book of New Light and read the PDF on Google. Don't even buy the book. Just open up the link on Google Drive. If you get the little blue window that says, this file has not been scanned for a virus, don't worry about it. Click it and open it. It's literally the book uploaded into PDF. No email, no money. I don't want anything from you except for you to find your truth. And if you read this, I promise you, today will be a better tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a better today. Everybody, I'll see you later. Take care. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.